A trip in the motorhome to Southport on Tuesday, May the 10th, returning on Friday, May the 14th, staying on the Southport caravan and motorhome site for the 3 days. The 3 days were bright sunshine-filled days, allowing us to go out for walks each of the 3 days we were there. Having landed sometime after 12, we decided to just leave the van and go out for a walk as it was nice because we weren't sure how the weather was going to be. Having reached the seashore, we were greeted by these fish on poles, and of course Veronica wanted a photograph. It is a nice photograph though. Now we're looking on the front where we're going to walk towards the pier. The usual signs all over the place explaining everything, health and safety and so on. And I'll just take a zoom in on it, and that's where we're heading. It's some considerable distance actually. It's a fair walk. It's a bit farther than it looks. I've been taking photographs. Veronica's left me behind and joined up with the group. I'm not sure who they are, neither does she, but she'll be finding out all about them now. Another quick zoom, just as we're slowly getting nearer. But we're walking past on the right hand side the old fun park, which is not open at the moment. As we walk towards the pier, lots of distractions on the way. It's just a long straight path. State-of-the-art facilities built here, of course. They've got the View Cinema, bowling alley, everything else, all very convenient alongside the seafront. But and they've got attractions and parks and things, and a fun fair, but they don't seem to be running. You're allowed to drive down onto the beach, but it's fenced off as far as you can go because the tide does come in a long way. I'm just taking a few zooms of the cafe at the end of the long pier. It's funnily enough though, I read a story last week about a guy who fell through one of the rotten pieces of wood on there. Now this is the pub where me and Veronica went to have some lunch. Nice little pub nearby. Like everywhere it's expensive, but very convenient. And then we decided to walk up alongside a mini shopping centre over the bridge and past the model railway, which runs during the summer, and it's a big circular track. There are skateboard tracks like this one. There's a little train going along the pier to the far end, and then we take the shortcut over and go over the bridge on the lake and move on up towards the right hand side of Funland, where there's an outdoor pub. Plenty of swans, plenty of ducks. You pass on the way up. It's quite something. And then when you finally get up there, you stand on the pier in amazement and look down at what's going on. Not looking down at the ducks and swans and so on, I didn't mean that with looking down in amazement, but it's farther up towards the end of the pier. Right, we're still continuing on, and we're looking back. Quite a high bridge, tension wires and so on, and it's worth taking a couple of still photographs as you look along. And now here's what's in amazement. It's the pub. There are people sat there, and there are actually live people singing all day long. There's Veronica leaning on the fence. Can't quite believe a look, because we're going to have a couple of snake lifters here. I can see it coming. I'm quite thirsty. The buildings are quite majestic. They always were in Southport. Wherever you look, it's very impressive. And we're back onto the main street here, which is Lord Street, but it's so many empty shops and so on. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, how it's run down. Well, that's enough for one day. Back now and relax until tomorrow. Refreshed. Day 2, energy levels up. We're off again. Now we're going back and just having a look on the main market and retail square. just have a look on there. It's quite busy as usual. Time for some lunch now, and Veronica remembered this is the first place she ever sampled the lager Blue Moon. So in we go. It's a lovely place, great selection, little bit dear, but you can't help that. And she had herself a pint of Blue Moon. And then back out again, just have a walk round and slowly walk back down Lord Street, which is quite warm today actually. It's strange. There's a hotel in here where they have 60s nights and so on, and all inclusive stuff. It's good. This is the Atkinson Gallery, which we like to have a walk round and a browse. Yep. And then it's on to day 3, which is Thursday, May the 12th. Now by this time we were more or less walking on all fours because we'd walked much farther than we ever do. So we decided to just have a gentle walk back on towards the pier, more or less to the same place we were yesterday, and have a look round at the near the shopping centre that I said was at the side of the road when we went near the pier. That's the entrance into the caravan site. You come along that way and past. A nice look over towards Blackpool. You can see the tower in the distance, and just a gentle walk round. And then we decided finally what we were going to do. We're going to go on the pier to the far end, and then come back, and then call it a day, because by then we needed to sleep and get ready to go home. That's all.